This week. Today, I'm really happy to introduce Amanda Colpoys. I was introduced to Amanda by a friend of mine, Janie Links. We actually spoke what was it now? We spoke about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, with Janie. But about a year ago, Janie introduced me to Amanda as one of the best lean and agile coaches in Europe. And in my experience, she's certainly one of the most direct and switched on lean and agile people I've ever met. Sort of far beyond the usual engineering centric approach. And she applies lean practices to the whole organization and leadership teams with great results. And every time we talk, I find myself learning something new, challenging my thinking and having a great time. So I'm really excited to welcome Amanda here today. Let me add her on screen on the right. There you are. Hello, Amanda. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Happy Friday.
Yes, it's great to be a Friday, isn't it? Like it's been a long week. We actually had a public holiday here in Luxembourg yesterday. So on the night before, I took my son out and my 8-year-old son to see the fireworks, and we didn't get home till midnight, which I think was harder for me than it was for him.
You can't take space anymore.
It's hard. Anyway, great to have you on the show. What's your business is called Better, Faster, Happier, which is a great name, and it sort of describes what you do for people. But perhaps you can sort of start out just by telling us what problems you actually solve, what problems companies come to you for, and what you do for them, and what's better, how much faster, what's happier. Why is this important from a business perspective?
Yeah, the name came out of trying to find a more meaningful way to talk about lean and agile. I think agile in particular has become this very loaded concept. It means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and frankly, a lot of people have just got quite cynical with it. So, in terms of talking about better, faster, happier, you get away from the A word, and it's also just a nice way to talk about benefits. So, better is really about increasing return on investment. How do you maximize the return from your products and services? Faster is essentially speed of execution, but it's heavily related to better because it's what's enabling you to learn faster, validate sooner, figure out where should you be making the investments, which ones should you be discarding. That's that kind of speed of learning. And then happier is broadly about engagement, which is not just a nice to have thing, but I think if you look at some of the really successful companies out there, one of the things they do really well is hiring top talent. And if you want to hire top talent, you've got to have that good culture. So I think the engagement piece really helps you, be able to attract that top talent and then be able to retain them. And I think particularly when it comes to business agility, you need that holistic approach. Agile historically has really just been associated with speed of delivery. But actually, if you're just focused on speed of delivery, it's helping you run faster in the wrong direction. So you need to kind of think about that, the bigger system and what that actually plays into.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, just by the way, there's a book that I'm reading that maybe you'd actually be interested in too, which is by a guy called Russ Laraway, who is a old manager of mine or director of mine at Google, and he's reading a book called "When They Win, You Win." And his theory about people is basically or about managing, is really about you've got to set direction, you've got to do the coaching, and you've got to look after their careers and their people, and his theory here, one of the things he talks about is that engaging people and engaging people in the work is the biggest predictor of success. And then this is where happiness links in to me. It's like, it's not merely making people happy with beanbags and coffee, though those are nice, obviously. But I mean, it's really about connecting your work life, like the thing that you're doing, connecting what you're doing to the actual business outcomes and what you're doing, and then you feel fulfilled, you feel engaged, you're happier, and you're more productive, and hence you get better results. And so, happiness is much more than just a feel good. Is that your view as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's that whole thing about it's the